Are you ready for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous? Because I am. Guys, hello! Welcome to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Act 2 guide. Let's not waste time and go straight to the Act 2 map. This is where you are set off once you're done with Kenabres. And the first thing that you should do is, of course, doing Social's quest in Martyr Zacharias Cemetery. What I can say about this map, there's a very nasty ambush that you cannot fight on harder difficulties. The very first fight that opens up during the conversation. All you need to do is remove your units to the fence, and that's where you can fight. If you fight in the middle, you're gonna die on harder difficulties. Of course, there's also a Necromancer fight. You can find all of those fights on my channel if you have problems with them. After you're done with Martyr Zacharias Cemetery, you're gonna transfer immediately to Houndheart Campsite and finish Sila's quest. There's nothing much to say about this map. There's one very cool shield. Make sure that you explore every corner of the map so you can acquire that shield for Sila. You'll need perception check. That's about it. Of course, in order to move throughout the entire Act 2 map, you'll need to do the Crusade mod, or better to say, you'll need to fight with demon armies that look like this. As you liberate areas, that's how your camp will move onwards and onwards and onwards all the way till you reach Drezen. After all, your main objective in Act 2 is to conquer Drezen. So we start from Kenabres and we're gonna end up all the way up to the Drezen. As you move on, new maps will become available. So, the next map you wanna visit is Conundrum Unsolved. Finish that stupid little puzzle over there, get some loot, and your camp will move somewhere around here before the Leper Smile. Before you go to Leper Smile, it's extremely important that you go straight to Nameless Ruins and do the mini puzzle over there to acquire a very good item for Diran, I think. Let me see. You're gonna acquire Phylactery of Positive Channeling. Do not even think about going to Regal's Quest, Reliable Readout, without that item for Diran. You can find the item in Nameless Ruins. It's a small medium map, call it. And aside from that item, there's not much to do over there. 3-4 fights, that's about it. Very simple map. Just make sure you resolve that mini puzzle and grab that Phylactery for Diran. After you're done with Nameless Ruins, Reliable Readout will be available. My advice definitely is to go straight for Reliable Readout before doing Mundan's Meadow and Chili Creek. What can I say about Reliable Readout? It's a medium small map with Gargoyle Swarm. God help you on that. That fight is straight up disgusting on unfair, nearly impossible. I barely did it. On hard, it's also extremely hard. Do I have advices for gargoyles? You can stick in a corner, as I did. You can find that video on my YouTube channel. I'll release it very soon as well for the unfair difficulty. And if it works on unfair, it will work on all other difficulties as well. Once you acquire Rigel as a companion, you're gonna go to Mundan's Meadow, deal with those Smilodons. To deal with Smilodons, it's very simple, even though they're level 14. It's not that hard as long as you have Entangles, Webs, and so on. Entangle will finish the job for you, alright? Camellia basically is the MVP for this map. You need to have Camellia. You're just gonna run back with haste, kite them with ranged weapons, and you're gonna cast Entangles non-stop. You should deal with 1 or 2. And of course, after that, you'll melees with Last Stand. Do not forget about Last Stand to take as the first freaking mythic pot on every fucking character there is. Alright, Last Stand is a must for a first mythic feat. Once you deal with 1 or 2 Smilodons, you're gonna tank with Last Stand with 1 character for 12 seconds, then you're gonna switch for the other one. By that time, you should kill those Smilodons, even though they're level 14, I think, and you will be around level 6 or 7 during that fight. After you're done with Mundan's Meadow, there's Chili Creek. Not much to say about Chili Creek. Few animals to kill. Again, some Smilodons, Plague Bears. some items to loot, basically all garbage. That's about it. After that, there's Leper's Smile, the first big map, big dungeon that consists out of 2 levels. Leper's Smile, alright, so we're gonna start from over here, and this is all there is with Leper's Smile map. And of course there's also a dungeon under the Leper's Smile. Your goal here is to kill a Vescavor Queen and stop the swarm. How do you deal with swarms? With a lot of fire spells, with a lot of spells that deal AoE damage. It's an extremely tough map, I wish you luck with it. One advice, do not loot items, cause you're gonna lose army, cause this quest is time limited. Do not loot items, go straight for Vescavor Queen. Once you kill Vescavor Queen, a dungeon will open up, or better to say this one. And here is where the real fun starts. Leper's Smile Caves dungeon, call it however you like. If you wanna be a necromancer, you need to pick Zacharias' wand over here, put it in a bag, and that's what's gonna stop undead from spawning again. Okay. You can also destroy the wand and kill the undead, but then you won't be able to become a lich. Alright. Those would be the options on the left side of the map. On the right side of the map, you're gonna have to deal with swarms, a bit of those huge insects, what was the name? Darachnis, and one spider retriever. Basically, spider retriever as a mini boss of a map, for me at least on unfair, was easier than those huge insects. So over here you're gonna have 3 Vraks, also extremely tough, as well as swarms everywhere around. There's a lot of hidden loot. One advice I can give for this map, how you can do it easily, with wand, with all the gear, with everything there is. You want to cast invisibility on Voljev or on your highest sneaky character, okay? And then you'll be able to loot all items without detection. Once you do that, then you're gonna go and start fighting. It's very cool to trigger Zacharias' wand with Voljev and exploit the entire fight on your side. Whites can be stopped with a lot of crowd control, with web, with entangle. Have that in mind, kite them back with haste and cast crowd control on the ground. So, once we pass Leper's Smile, we're gonna have Inconspicuous Camp. That's only for conversation, nothing to say about it, go and check it out yourself. And after that, we can do Diran's quest. Again, it's also conversation, very funny conversations inside there. Nothing special to say about this map. Have huge perception maybe, so you can find all the hidden loot, but don't expect any combat. And after all of that is done, there is Last Chapel, the most disgusting map in Act 2. So, let's go to Last Chapel and see what there is over there. Here we are at Last Chapel, prepared to fight a lot of gargoyles, a lot of undead. It is the place where you can become a lich, or the place where you can have a very cool boss fight with Zacharias later on about it. So, we're gonna start from over here on the map, and we're gonna start clearing all the way, all of this, till you reach the castle. Okay, what you can expect along the road, a lot of undead and a lot of gargoyles. Nothing much to say about it. Have huge perception, have some athletics and mobility on your team so you can scale up and down the cliffs. Once you reach the chapel, you're gonna have one disgusting fight over here and the other one over here. They can easily be done with webs, grease, and tangles. So again, Camellia should be your MVP for this map. Nenio is also very useful here. Of course, you have ranged characters to kite out the enemies while you entangle them and web them. Alright. After that, this mini temple church is gonna open up. The fight is trivial. You don't even need to fight it. You do not need to rest for this fight. All you need to do is stand behind, and Galpri will kill all enemies on her own. You still get the XP, no matter the difficulty, from the easiest to unfair. If you have a wand, this door will open here that leads to Zacharias. Last Chapel Zacharias dungeon. What is there to say about it? You wanna become a lich, you'll join Zacharias with his wand. You don't wanna become a lich, you'll kill Zacharias. Zacharias is an extremely hard lich to kill, probably the toughest boss you'll meet all the way from Act 1 to Drezen. He is extremely strong. It took a lot of tactics to kill him on Unfair. You can check it out how I did it. I'll upload the video very soon on my YouTube channel. And all of these 4 rooms that you see over here are filled with some golems, ghosts, and so on. There's hidden loot if you have enough perception. There's a lot of books. Make sure to read all of those books. So on the inventory, right click on a book you have. Like this, you go to info, you learn something new, and then it's gonna appear in your abilities. For example, 10 extra hit points, inside bonus on low religion checks, and so on. There's a lot of books in Zacharias' library. Read them all and get those buffs. Zacharias leaves solid gear, nothing special, a lot of XP, and that's about it. Your choice whether you wanna kill him or become a lich. After you're done with Zacharias, Graveyard will become available, this mini area temple over here, and of course, in front of the main temple, the main boss of the map, Nulkinet, that casts Mess Hold. If you don't have Freedom of Movement spell, the only way to cheese Nulkinet into casting Mess Hold is when combat starts. You put only one character up front, the rest of them under haste will go behind. So let me put it straight how you deal with them. This is where the fight starts. Scylla will be on a door, the rest of them will be over here. Once he casts Hold, Nulkinet, then you're gonna transfer everyone else behind Scylla and start doing damage with everyone. Okay, Diran deals a lot because there's a lot of undead with channel negative energy. And that's about it. You have at least 3 less stands available for this fight. After you're done with Nulkinet, you're gonna go into this location on the map, and it's an extremely tough fight. I recommend one short rest before trying it out with Gargoyle Chieftain. Burst him out and forget about other gargoyles, deal with them later. First burst the Chieftain. In this area, there's a requirement here at Desna's altar to acquire a new companion, or better to say, Arushali, Demon Slayer Ranger. Sorry, Espionage Expert Ranger. So, in order to do that, you will need to find these missing pieces of musical instruments, Unknown Lands map, a small harp, and a small sextant. Once you put them in the altar and play the song, you'll be able to recruit Arushali in Drezen prison. Later about that. Where you can find them? Along the map. Without spoiling way too much, if you kill everything that moves on the map, you'll find it. Do not worry, just have high perception. There is tons of fight with undead all the way up here. All of this. Then it's incubuses. Then it's a stringy Demodon. God help you with that on Unfair, if you decide to play on Unfair, because it's nearly impossible. I barely did it. Even on easier difficulties, Stringy Demodon is level 20. What advices I have for it? Cast every freaking buff and drink every potion and scroll that you can before entering the fight with those demons, incubuses, because after that, Stringy Demodon will spawn. Another disgusting fight is with an Abasu called Mogla over here that leaves very good loot. And of course, inside the cave, there are around 9 or 10 gargoyles and the last piece for Arushali's puzzle. After you acquire it, you go here with all 3 parts, ring the song, and last chapel is done. You're ready to slowly prepare for Drezen. One more thing before we go to Drezen. It's of extreme importance that you do the underground hideout. It's the last map remaining in Act 2, last mini-map. Why do I say it's important? Because it has phenomenal loot that will tremendously help you out during Drezen run. Because Drezen is huge, exhausting, and you will need all the help that you can get. Make sure to finish underground hideout before clicking on Drezen. Welcome to Drezen. Drezen is a very unique map, huge map, filled to the brim with unique encounters, crazy mobs, bosses and mini bosses. From outskirts of Drezen to Citadel Drezen to barracks to prison to mini maps, everything is covered. Temple, underground, floors up. I mean, extremely huge map. I played it for 3 days, for example, on Unfair. Every fight felt like a boss fight. So, before you enter Drezen, you will be offered with 2 options. First one is the frontal assault, and the second one is the side assault with Hell Knights. Frontal assault with Irabet and Queen Galfrey, this one with Hell Knights. To me personally, since I've seen both, side assault with Hell Knights is a bit easier than frontal assault. Frontal assault consists out of those mini break the door quests where tons of demons are attacking, while on this side there's none of that, and your main objective for the start will be to kill 2 giants sitting on the towers over here. Way much easier to go from the side than frontal. If you go frontal, prepare for pain. What is your first objective? If you went with front, you will go to acquire Arushali immediately. If you went on the side, you will go for giants, and then you will go to grab Arushali in the dungeons. Alright. Do not forget that there is a second entrance to the prison through the ruins over here on the map. One very unique boss is in a temple, as well as a lot of good loot. This is the exit, or better to say 2 entrances to the temple. Pick which one you want out of this. I recommend from this one. Barracks consists out of 1 hard fight. Everything you see here on the map, all of these areas here are full to the brim with monsters, as well as all of this that you see over here. Alright, you can break the doors or you can pull the levers for the army to advance towards the main gates. Main gates are also guarded by some mini bosses, and over here we have Zgur, which is extremely hard. I recommend a small rest before fighting him. After you're done with the outskirts of Drezen, dungeons will open up, and here we are in a Citadel Drezen. The first dungeon consists out of 1 boss fight here with Stonton's brother, then it's the Blightmaw, an extremely hard boss, then it's the fight for the banner, then it's the famous Ghoul Pool, and at the end there's Eustoriax and those crazy shadow demons. A lot of unique encounters here, as well as, I forgot at the start, there's also a vampire necromancer over here. So, prepare your ass, prepare to rest at least 2 or 3 times over here. Every fight is extremely hard. My recommendation is have tons of buffs on your characters and take it slow with a lot of crowd control, like web, entangle, and so on, because this map is just fucking hilarious how hard it is. What you can expect out of it? You can expect a lot of XP. If you kill a Blightmaw, you'll probably level up. All you need to do is let the cultists finish the ritual. For the Ghoul Pool, my advice is to stick in a corner here and kite them out as they come out from the pit. Care about the puzzle over here. The moment you're done with it, shadow demons will spawn. You can resolve this by seeing visibility and kill them before solving the puzzle. After that, on the upper levels, there's nothing much to say about it. You just go to conquer the Citadel. There's 2 very hard fights with Omoxies and some demons over there, and after that you'll encounter Minyago and Stonton. Good luck with them. That's all there is about Drezen. When you conquer it, Act 3 begins. And I thank you all for watching.